An evening in Ottawa's Byward Market is full of life and color, time with friends and family, good food, and plenty of fun. Just a couple of blocks away, it's a different story. This is Murray Street.
This block of Murray Street right here draws a lot of addicts. People are here to meet whoever and do whatever kind of business they're doing, and they use very close to here too.
The first time I got drunk, I was 11. It was one of those things where, a friend took a shot out of every bottle in his dad's cabinet, and we just got shit-faced. And from what I've read about alcoholism, that when you're a fledgling alcoholic, you change. The first time you get drunk, something inside you just flips over, and I could almost feel it. And I had a family, and I had a nice life, a good job, and then things slowly kind of started to fall apart. I do a little cocaine on a weekend at a party in another room than my wife, so she couldn't see it, that kind of thing. And it just escalated from there.
Why do you think Ottawa needs a supervised injection clinic right now?
Yeah, I think that over my 2 years of living in Ottawa, I've seen many of the same problems that I was dealing with in Vancouver, and Ottawa would be a really good place to have a safe injection site. Now, one of the biggest challenges we have is trying to explain to people what a supervised injection site looks like. And so to try to demystify it for people, we've actually set up a mock supervised injection site right in this room. It's just really a room like this and a table, and we supply people with a little kit that they bring in their own drugs, and they prepare their drugs and they inject. Usually the whole process takes 5 or 10 minutes. Inside, we ask people to go to a little chill out room just to make sure they're okay. It's just a place where people can come from the street or outside and inject in a safe place where there's people around them to help them out.
I was never one that robbed people or used violence or anything like that, but I used to con hospitals and shoplift for a lot of the drugs I did illegally. And it was just scurrying around. It was so high pressure and exhausting all the time. People think, you're sitting around getting high all the time, but to support that lifestyle, it's so stressful. And I just broke down. I was just sick and tired of being sick and tired all the time. Those times where people want to get better are sometimes few and far between. I met this incredible man, Dr. Bruce Marshall, who put me on methadone and morphine maintenance. And he put up with a lot of my shit for quite a while, just deceptive behavior to get drugs and stuff like that. And but he always, believed in me, and I eventually was able to straighten myself out. Along the way, Oasis was really good too. It's kind of like a second tier kind of thing for people looking for different types of programs.
We provide a full range of services for people, recognizing that addictions is a condition that has a huge variation in terms of the impact on people's lives, and that we need to have a variety of treatment options in order to provide appropriate interventions depending on the complexity of the person's addiction. Nobody wants people to be using drugs in their backyards or in public washrooms or in stairwells and parking garages, and the people who use drugs don't want to be using their drugs in those places either. What a supervised injection facility is a place where people can go to use their drugs. So this is a place where we want people to come to use their drugs, and we want them to do that because it reduces the public nuisance associated with their substance use, and it provides them with a safer, more secure place in order to use their drugs.
I think there's not enough media attention on the issue because the feeling against drug addicts is so prejudicial. The propaganda has told us that drug addicts are criminals. They deserve to be in jail. And it's a terrible crime.
So once communities get experiences of having a supervised injection facility or drug consumption room in their neighborhood, they actually turn around and become supportive because they see the value, they actually see the change. So the types of things that a community is afraid of in terms of open drug use and things like that are actually the very things that supervised injection facilities are a response to. They will actually help that situation.